Hello, I'm Aziza Musupi from Business Day and Financial Mail. I'm here with Allon Raiz. He is an entrepreneur and recently came back from England with awards from Oxford University. Thank you for joining us. As an entrepreneur, do you think entrepreneurs are born or made?
The US, which showed the most successful first-time entrepreneurs were 60 years and older. And that broke the question. Because if you think about it, if you saw that individual working at IBM for 30 years and they were 55 years old, you'd say, is this person an entrepreneur? No. But yet 5 years later, they become part of the most successful echelon of first-time entrepreneurs. So they certainly weren't born that way and they weren't made that way. So my belief, it's the wrong question, that there are 5 conditions that need to be present, and I won't go into too much detail, in order for an entrepreneur to precipitate from a nascent entrepreneur to a trading entrepreneur. And that's that they all have to have see an opportunity or experience a challenge. They all have to have a tolerance for pain, a tolerance for risk, a belief in the ability to muster resources and the ability to learn and iterate.
In your opinion, do you think we as South Africans are entrepreneurs?
Well, if you look at the GEM report, the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, you'll see that South Africa has for years lagged in the GEM report in terms of developing countries. We sit either last or close to last all the time, but I think now it's about 7%. Total entrepreneurial activity. Uganda, I think, has 30-odd%, and so we have a very low rate of entrepreneurship in South Africa. One of the most important, if you look at our history, pre-1948, we had English economic empowerment. Okay, so if you were English-speaking, male, white, okay, and you almost had guaranteed employment, and so we sucked the entrepreneurs out of the economy at that point. Post 48, it was Afrikaans economic empowerment, and we did exactly the same thing again, and now it's black economic empowerment, and we're doing that for the 3rd time in our economy. So each time in a short history in our country, we have sucked entrepreneurs out of the economy because we have provided a less risky option.
What is an entrepreneurial ecosystem, and do you perhaps have a practical example that you could share with us?
Well, an entrepreneurial ecosystem is a function of a whole bunch of pieces of the equation that collaborate in order to ensure that entrepreneurs A, precipitate, and B, become successful. So we're talking about our policy. Government is part of that ecosystem in terms of the policies that they provide. South Africa in particular, we've got our labor policy is very unconducive to small business. If you look at our education system, that's another part of the ecosystem. Incubators are another part of the ecosystem. Venture capitalists are another part of the ecosystem. The banks and the banking system is part of that ecosystem, and so on and so forth. And it's all these pieces of the equation that work in concert in order to stimulate entrepreneurial activity. And some ecosystems work better than others.